Hi there, welcome back to Marky RC. On today's video, another unboxing. I do need to start to build some of these trucks actually, but I couldn't resist. I wonder where it's come from. Anyone's got any ideas? Let us know in the comments. What do you think's inside? Blimey, that's some big old flaps on the box. We have I've been waiting for it for ages. DPD was supposed to deliver it and the man never even bothered to try to deliver it, so it got sent back to Wheelspin. Ben at Wheelspin, totally awesome fella, sorted everything out and now it's back. Tamiya's Ford Ranger XLT 150. I've just done a little review on the original, and when this one's built I'll do a comparison and see if there's any difference. Let's have a look what's in the box. First off, I mean, box art wise, absolutely epic. These trucks, it's been 40 odd years I think since they released the original, and let's have a look how it's packaged. Oh, you also get a forward reverse speed control, which is pretty cool. The standard like Tamiya Hobby Wing version, not in blister packs, but then, you know, I suppose that just adds to the price point. But the way that's laid out, that looks really nice. So what do you get in the kit? That says speed control, standard Tamiya, but they, you know, for what they are, pretty cool. It can run just brushed, no brushless option, but then you don't really want to go brushless on one of these. More than likely break something. All the lovely chrome parts, which is cool because my original Ranger, someone's painted the bumper and the grille, so now hopefully I'll see how close they are, whether they're exactly the same or not. I'll be able to get some proper parts for the original version. Awesome F-150 body shell. They changed the design on this particular truck when it first came out, which I have got the actually original, and if you can see there, front wheel arches are the same as like on the Blackfoot. They widened them up, but the original had a very short wheel arch and a funny offset wheel, and it used to catch when you turn, so they changed the design. I'm not sure if they've ever done that on any other models in terms of body shells to stop stuff catching, but the one I've got, the original, is the first gen with the tiny wheel arches. I didn't realise this until I ordered some reproduction decals from MCI, and then realised there's two types, long and short wheelbase. But body shell, exactly the same, I think. Oh, I think actually on the original there's a little cutout for a whippy aerial. But apart from that, without putting them side to side, I'd say that's, you know, as close as you're going to get to the original body. Then we've got our standard Tamiya tyres, same width front and back, nice and soft. Probably going to paint all the decals in, all the lettering, sorry, on the wheels, because I think they look much better when they're all painted. But they're pretty much the same as the original. Window glass. I think the window glass from my original one is like a brownie tinge, but I don't know whether that's just where it's aged. Slight tint on the glass, but same again, pretty much standard, same as the original. And we've got our parts boxes. Get the scale pair. I think there was quite a lot of hype about these kits, but there seems to be plenty of them around. And I had a comment in the video about the original saying that because it's on the 5.8 run of cars number wise, they're probably going to keep it going for quite a while. We've got Tamiya's 3-piece wheels. Not sure what the offset is on those compared to the other 3-piece wheels they make, but I know they are a pain to put together. Rear aluminium gearbox and motor mount. Same again, that looks pretty much the same as the original. Yeah, pretty much the same, just nice and shiny, no oxidization going on. Yeah, pretty much I'd say that's the same. Not a lot of difference between those two. Gearbox halves. What's the standard 540 silver can motor. Rear roll cage. These are pretty much the same on most of the SRBs. My knowledge that I can remember. Get it out of the packet. Standard plastic rear cage. No different than the original version. And we've got our part bags, chassis. Let's have a look what we've got chassis wise. The original chassis were like an FRP. I think this is FRP as well, but the original chassis were like a sort of off creamy colour. The newer variants have this sort of black, almost like a carbon fibre weave on there. Pretty sturdy, but not a lot of difference, I'd say, than the original plate. Same mounting holes. Two big whopping great zip ties, normally to secure your battery. And then the bottom chassis plate, which is exactly the same as the original variant. Get our standard box wrench, a few Allen keys, like you do. I must have, I don't know, hundreds of these little things. Should make a little Tamiya man out of them. That'd be quite cool. Then we've got part bag A. That contains all of our idler gears, drive shafts, the little brackets that hold on the rear cage. Got our rear sort of aluminium or whatever they're made of rear arms, same as the original. Tamiya's Loctite, which you get in most of the slightly higher end kits. Tamiya grease, same as in most of the Tamiya kits. Torsion bars, these are the same as the originals, no difference that I can see there. Get the little brass tube that holds the torsion bars in. Bag full of hardware, a couple of little spacers, hexes. Quite a few of the bolts are like Allen headed. Oh, nice, full set of bearings, lovely. Our universal joints, on the original they were brass, well brass coloured. These are like a steel silver variant, so just a slight variation in colour, but not in what they are, exactly the same. Excuse me. Got two pinion sizes. I'll tell you what they are when we put the car together, or the truck together. A couple of little parts for the suspension and some more hardware. Part bag A. Part bag B. Braces. What weight shock are we using? I think yellow is soft. I think it's soft, well, yellow oil. We've got all our front suspension parts, same again, all aluminium, aluminium shocks, and all the aluminium suspension brackets. Got our shock mounting points and the rest of the front torsion suspension for the front of the truck, and the other two aluminium shock absorbers. Bag full of grommets and O-rings. Got some penny washers, some aluminium standoffs, and the bushings for the shocks. All the shock internals, shock tops, nice sort of shiny brass, and all the shock ends and the shock rods. Another bag of hex-headed hardware. Part bag C. Rubber boot. Keep the switch from getting wet if you're running in puddles. Tamiya's version of 3M tape. Supposed to stick all the speed control and everything in. Got a few zip ties. Keep all your electronics nice and tidy. I can pick that up there. So skinny steering rod or steering arm. We've got the little latches that hold the battery box and everything together. Rod ends, standard as in any other Tamiya kit. The springs that go on the release catches, front body mount, and the little rubber boot, and the little rubber, I don't know what you call them, little turrets that when you do them up, they sort of squish down and hold the battery tray on. Rear hexes, or the mounting system to mount the 3-piece wheels. Another bag of bearings, and the screws for the wheels, and a few brass ball studs. Part bag C. Part bag C, body mount brace, the smaller screws for the front wheels, bag of hardware, another bag of O-rings and body clips. Oh, they have, yep. Got the awesome Tamiya Whippy aerial. New decal sheet. Obviously, they've changed the sponsors because they don't want to pay for sponsorship, but we've got a genuine Ford. And it's got Ford on the body, so I'm assuming it's all under license, which is pretty cool. And then we've got our last box of parts, which I'm assuming must be part of the battery box. Oh, you don't get that in the get a battery brace. Black front bumper. I think the original was like a beigey colour, but don't hold me to that. Brand new battery box. Motor. Hey, what's pretty cool. They do these on the old buggies, but they don't seem to do it so much on the newer ones. But you can pretty much seal everything in really nice and watertight. So we've got our brand new battery box. That clips on the end, all ready for the receiver. You can normally tell when these are vintage because they sort of go like a brownie sort of beigey colour. So basically that clips on the end of there, that goes on the top, receiver goes in there, battery and servos go in the battery box. And you also get a gearbox and motor mount. Motor cover, sorry. So you can see inside, make sure everything's cool, which I think that's pretty. I do like the sand scorch as well, the SRB chassis for that matter, solely for that reason. Then we've got our driver man, license for tailgate, and the sunroof. I don't know why they don't do the sunroof in glass, but I think they've always been the plastic. And to top it off, what else we got? Not sure what that is. Some plastic parts on the sprue. Got our bumper, grille, which I do, like I say, need to get another set of them. So hopefully they'll be about for a bit and they'll do a few of the spares. Aluminium roll cage. And the holes in the top to take the body mount clip. Servo saver, which is a weird shape on the SRBs. And our gear kit, which the originals were like a creamy colour. Not sure whether the plastic's aged, but then they're white, and you've got the little suspension mount points and our lights, which I do need for my original. So hopefully I'll be able to get another set of them. Quite a comprehensive kit. Can't wait to get started. Would have had it about a week ago if it hadn't been for DPD messing the order up. But then, you know, you can't win them all. So I'll be putting this kit together. Probably do it in 2 parts. Do the chassis, do the body, and then we'll take it out for a run. Probably we're not going to go mad with a motor. Maybe just stick with the kit motor for now. But it does give me the opportunity to be able to run one, because I'm too scared to run the original one because it's so old. But thanks for watching. If you could like and subscribe, or hype. Don't think I've had a hype yet. That'd be pretty cool. So hope to see you in the build video. Hopefully I'll get part 1 out as soon as I can. I've got about 6 or 7 projects at the moment. If you've been watching the channel, you'll be able to see all the different things that are going on. So like I say, thanks for watching. If you could like, subscribe and hype and share and all the other bits and bobs. I'm only 18 people away now from the magic 1,000. So yeah, see you in the next video, hopefully. See you later. Bye.